Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bandam Savadana Mate Bandam Savadana Mate. Yahara prasadeva e bhavatoriyaya. Yahara prasadeva Bhavatoriyaya. Krishna Prapti Hoya Hote. Krishna Prapti Hoya Hote. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya. Arna Kori Homane Asha. Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Yutamagati. Ye prasad pure sarvasha. Chakudana dilo ye janme janme prabhu se. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. Bhaktiya haite avidya vinashayate. Idgyaya haracharita. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokarajivana Haha Prabhu Korodoya Deho More Padachaya Ebe Asa Gusuk Tribhuvana Dui Pade Loilo Sharana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Gopinata Radha, Gopinata Radha, Gopinata Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, the Om Vishnupada Brahmanam Sakari Ascotar Sata Divine Grace Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Prem Se Kavo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Yadunandana Shri Advaita Radha Shiva Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Radha
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Toma vina Kedo yalu Jagata samsare Toma vina Kedo yalu Jagata samsare Patita pavana hetu Tavayavatara Patita pavana hetu Tavayavatara Moshama patita Prabhu Napaive ara Moshama patita Prabhu Napaive ara Kaka Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Chukhi Kaka Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Chukhi Kripa Balokana Kara Ami Boro Dukhi Kripa Balokana Kara Ami Boro Dukhi Doya Koro Sitapati Advaita Goshai Doya Koro Sitapati Advaita Goshai Tava Kripa Bole Pai Chaitanya Nita Hai Tava Kripa Vale Pai Chaitanya Nita Hai Kakasvarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Kakasvarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Bhata Yuga Shri Devaka Prabhu Lokanatha Bhata Yuga Shri Devaka Prabhu Lokanatha Doya Koro Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Doya Koro Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama dasa Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama dasa Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha, Gopinatha Radha, Gopinatha Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrayakacharya Stottara Satchari Srimat His Divine Grace A.s.b.l. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Nittai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. I'm very happy to be back in Radhadesh after some months, quite a long month of months. By Shri Shri Radha Gopinath's mercy and by your mercy, I expect to be here 1 week this time and hopefully come back again and again. Vande Guru Nishabhaktam Sishamishavatarakams Tat Prakashams Chatat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanandau Sahoditau Gaudavaye Pushpavantau Chitau Shandau Tamonudau. Today we are reading from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila chapter 6. Entitled Lord Chaitanya Meets Raghunath Das Goswami, text number 197. We may read also 198 depending how the discussion develops. Okay, so I read 196 and then 197. So I'll read myself 196 and then we will sing together 197. Chakravartir duhe haya pratri rupa dasa ata eva tare ami kori parihasha. Since your father and his elder brother are younger brothers of Nilambar Chakravarti, I may joke about them in this way. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking and he is joking about the relationship of Raghunath Das Goswami's father and uncle, Govardhan and Iranya Majumdar respectively, in relation to his own grandfather, Nilambar Chakravarti Thakur. And he's saying that these two persons, Iranya and Govardhan, actually they were materialistic people. And the Lord is explaining what it means to be involved in material life. The Lord is speaking strongly, so please don't hold anything against me. It's Lord Chaitanya speaking, because this is in the old days, we used to like these verses, very heavy verses. You will see now. Tomara bapa jesta vishaya vishta garter kida. Sukkakari mane vishai vishir mahapira. Tomar bapa jesta vishai vishta garter kira. Sukkakari mane vishai vishir mahapira. Tomar bapa jesta vishai vishta garter kira. Sukhakari mane vishai vishur mahapira. Yeshta vichai vishta harte rakira. Sukha kori mane vichai vishta mahapira. Tomar bapa yeshta vichai vishta harte rakira. Sukha kori mane vichai vishta mahapira. Vaishnavis. Tomar bapa yeshta vichai vishta harte rakira. Sukha kori mane vichai vishta mahapira. Anyone else? Tomar bapa yeshta vichai vishta harte rakira. Sukha kori mane vichai vishta mahapira. Tomar bapa yeshta vichai vishta harte rakira. Sukha kori mane vichai vishta mahapira. Srila Prabhupada's translation on purport. Tomara, your, Baba, father, Jeshta, his elder brother, Vishaya, of material enjoyment, Vishta, stool, Gartera, of the ditch, Kira, worms, Sukhakari, as happiness, Mane, they consider, Vishaya, of material enjoyment, Vishera, of the poison, Mahapira, the great disease. My dear Raghunath Das, your father and his elder brother are just like worms in a stool in the ditch of material enjoyment, for the great disease of the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. It is heavy, strong speaking. So if you like to repeat, my dear Raghunath Das, your father and his elder brother are just like worms in a stool in the ditch of material enjoyment. For the great disease of the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. Purport. When a man is attached to material enjoyment, he is attached to many miserable conditions. But, nevertheless, he accepts his condemned position as one of happiness. Sense enjoyment is so strong for such a person that he cannot give it up, exactly as a worm in stool cannot give up the stool. From the spiritual point of view, when a person is too absorbed in material enjoyment, he is exactly like a worm in a stool. Although such a position is utterly miserable to the eyes of liberated souls, the materialistic enjoyer is greatly attached to it. Since your father and his elder brother are younger brothers of Nilambar Chakravarti, I may joke about them in this way. My dear Raghunath Das, your father and his elder brother are just like worms in a stool in the ditch of material enjoyment. For the great disease of the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. In English they say, many true words are spoken in jest. Many a true word is spoken in jest. That's the statement. That many times we say strong things, we can say it joking to make it a bit lighter. Of course, here we don't hear the tone of the voice of Lord Chaitanya when saying this, but he's saying he's joking. So he's saying it, he's cracking a joke. You could say that's a heavy joke to say that my father and my uncle are worms in a stool, isn't it? But since the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is saying it, then we can take it, the Lord can joke like that. He's entitled to joke. We may not be able to speak in this way, like Srila Prabhupada said, I can say many things you cannot say. Sometimes Prabhupada will use strong language, like calling people fools and rascals. And some people, when they read this, they don't like to hear that Prabhupada is speaking so strongly. But he's an acharya, he's elder, he's like the grandfather of many of us. So the grandfather can crack a joke and nobody take offense. If an old elder person says something, one should not take offense. But we cannot imitate and speak in the same way. But let's look closely now to the teachings in this section. The context of this conversation between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghunath Das Goswami is that after a long odyssey, Raghunath Das Goswami has finally come to the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. His parents for a long time didn't allow him to go and meet the Lord because they consider you are a young man, you have family responsibilities, you should take care of your responsibilities and you shouldn't act in an irresponsible way. And even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the beginning gave him that instruction. Do not act in a crazy way and take care of your wife and your family. Be a responsible man. But Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Das at the time, had such a strong call. His heart was calling too intensely to the service of the Lord. So he just couldn't help it. As a materialistic person, cannot help it and has to take the cigarette and smoke. Isn't it? Many times people cannot be very long time without smoking. Sometimes they even come to the temple and they are inside the building of the temple and they have to go out quickly to smoke a cigarette. Do you know some people like that? Who knows people like that? I have seen even sometimes neophyte devotees or newcomers, or even people who are chanting Hare Krishna for years, but they are addicted to such a insignificant thing as smoking a cigarette. And then there is even bad smell. They go out, they smoke a cigarette, they come back in the temple, and you say, it smells very bad. And maybe we are polite, we don't say anything, we don't want to offend the person, but that's there. So as an ordinary person cannot help but go back to the cigarette again and again, Sri Raghunath Das couldn't help but go back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again and again. There is a gulf of difference, very big difference between one thing and the other, but the principle is the same. Is the principle of attraction. So there are two types of attraction. Attraction to the stool and attraction to the nectar, to the honey. The fly feels attracted to the stool, isn't it? When there is a stool in a place, we see many flies and certain types of insects. Or in India, we see the crows. The crows go to eat dirty, wherever there is garbage. You may have seen in Kolkata. In Kolkata, that's a very, very clear. I remember one time we went for a japa walk. We were staying at the Bhakti Vedanta Research Center in Kolkata. There is a park nearby, so we went for a morning walk. And there was, excuse me for the example, but it's like that. There was a dead rat on the middle of the street. You see this in Kolkata, it's typical. I don't know if they are cleaning more, but at that time, some years ago, it was like that. So the crows were feasting on the corpse of the dead animal. And the crows were having a feast. There was the dead animal on the middle of the road, and on the side, a big pile of garbage. And you could see the crows jumping from one to the other. So it was a very, very graphic example found also in Srimad Bhagavatam regarding the mundane topics. So the crows and the flies feast on the stool and the dead things, dead bodies. And the bees feast on the nectar of the flowers. They do madhukari, they go flower to flower, and they get the nectar, and they produce honey, very sweet honey. So there is a big difference. Both are attracted, but they are attracted to different things. And therefore we find in Bhagavad Gita the verse in 2nd chapter, Janisha Sarva Bhutanam, Tasyam Jagarti Samyami, Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani, Sanisha Pashyato Mune. What is day for all beings is the night for the sage. And the day for the sages is the night for common people. Two different ways of experiencing the world. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is joking that the father and the uncle of Raghunath Das are like worms in a stool, he's comparing them to the flies, in this case to the worm, to the crows. They like to live in material enjoyment, but material enjoyment is actually very meager, very insignificant. How much can we enjoy materially? Like, for example, in Srimad Bhagavatam we find, I think is Rishabhadev speaking or is Prahlad Maharaj? Jammai tunadi grihamedi sukkamitu cham. That's Maharaj Rishabhadev, right? Maharaj Rishabhadev says that sex enjoyment, which is considered the main enjoyment in material life, is actually tucham. Tucham means insignificant. How much it lasts and how much you have to pay. Isn't it? How much can you get this enjoyment of material life, of family life, and how much you have to sweat, you have to cry, you have to even sometimes get blood in order to make it happen. Is that true or not? Please don't mind. I mean, you say the monk is coming here to the Grihasta community and starts teasing us. But don't blame me. That's the verse they gave me. So that's the verse I'm speaking about. It's Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking. But the point, there is no problem, because in Vaishnavism, we can experience transcendental happiness in any ashram, in any condition of life. Stanestita shrutigato tanuvam manovir. Srimad Bhagavatam says that we should remain in our position. We don't need to change anything in life. We only need to hear about the glories of the Lord. We need to hear about the devotional service of the Lord performed by the devotees. And here we are hearing about the devotional service of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami is well known as the Prayojana Acharya. Prayojana Acharya means the exemplary spiritual master of divine love. There are three divisions in the process of devotional service, classically defined as Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Sambandha means the eternal relationship of the soul with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with Krishna. The Sambandha Acharya is Sanatana Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught him, Jivera Svarup Hoi, Krishnera Nityadas, Krishnera Tatashta Shakti, Veda Abeda Prakash. That the eternal constitutional position of the eternal soul is being an eternal servant of Krishna. And the soul belongs to the Tatashta Shakti of Krishna, which is different and yet non-different from the Lord. But the main point is that we are eternally servants of Krishna. To know this is known as Sambandha Jnana, knowledge about the relationship, who we are linked to. Like nowadays, we try to be connected all the time, right? Through the Wi-Fi, through internet, we try to be connected. What's up, what's happening, what's going on. So we are searching connection. But actually the true connection is with Krishna. We're eternally connected to Krishna through a relationship of divine service. Sri Sanatana Goswami teaches this following the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he's known as the Sambandha Acharya. And then we find, for example, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, written by Sanatana Goswami, many instructions about this relationship and how to establish it. For example, through the process of initiation, through the process of diksha, establishing a firm connection to the Lord, following the Pancharatric Vidhi process of devotional service. Then we have abhideya. Abhideya means to act according to this eternal relationship by cultivating from our conditioned state, by cultivating the activities of devotional service, the different processes of bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. The 9 processes of bhakti, or sometimes described as 64, sometimes as 5 Panchanga Bhakti. And Srila Rupa Goswami is the Abhideya Acharya, or the exemplary spiritual master who reveals the process of devotional service in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Anya Vilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyana Vritam Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam Bhakti Ruttama. One should favorably cultivate bhakti, devotional service, devoid of all other processes, devoid of fruitive activity and philosophical speculation about the nature of the absolute truth. Just surrender to the Supreme Person, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Practical devotional service implies to give up material designations, sarvopadi vinirmuktam, all the upadis, false designations, as whatever we think we are, men, women, brahmanas, kshatriyas, shudras, vaishyas, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. All these are external designations, different from our eternal condition, and simply engage the senses in the service of the master of the senses. And generally we do that through the 5 processes, Panchanga Bhakti, of chanting the holy name of the Lord, hearing and reciting Srimati Bhagavatam, the glories of the Lord, worshipping the beautiful form of the Lord, living in Mathura, in the holy places of the Lord, or a place which is a replica of the holy places of the Lord, as we have here in Radhadesh, and sadhu sangha, doing all these activities in the association of the pure devotees of the Lord. This is abhideya. And when we do this, then we come to the prayojana. Prayojana is what Radhadesh Goswami exemplified, that he couldn't help it. Even the Lord told him, don't be crazy, be a responsible person. But he couldn't avoid it. He was attracted to the Lord, just as the iron is attracted to a magnet. The iron cannot help it, will be attracted by the magnet. So Radhadesh was attracted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way. Or like the Ganges river, or any river, flows to the sea, his heart was feeling attracted to the Lord. And this is the prayer of Srimati Kuntidevi. She was praying that, my dear Lord, that was the conclusion of his prayers, that allow that my heart becomes attracted to you as the Ganges river flows towards the sea. So we can offer that prayer. We may not be there yet, but by praying we can call for the divine mercy of the Lord so that this happens to us. And this is actually what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the devotees when Raghunath Das arrived to the shelter of his lotus feet in Jagannath Puri. He said he has received the mercy of the Lord. And those of you who were present in the previous sections of this chapter, you may remember that Raghunath Das received the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu by serving the devotees, by organizing a feast for the devotees, the Panihati festival. So by serving the devotees, he got the mercy of Sri Nityananda, and by receiving the mercy of Sri Nityananda, Raghunath Das received the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way we receive the mercy of the Lord through the devotees of the Lord. By associating with the devotees, by serving the devotees, we become attracted to the Lord. Shushrusho Shraddhadanasya Vasudeva Katarruchi Shyam Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punyatirtani Sevanat. Sutta Goswami states that by serving the devotees of the Lord, we perform such a great service that we develop a higher taste for hearing and singing Vasudeva Kataruchi, the topics of the Lord. And we cannot help it. We feel attracted naturally. And we may then give up other types of engagements without having to do it artificially, but just in a natural way. Many times when we start to practice devotional service, actually, normally when we, in the beginning, I don't know what was your experience, but probably it's very similar for most of us. We feel very much attracted to the association of the devotees and to the process of devotional service, so much so that sometimes we even neglect material responsibilities for performing devotional service. Has this happened to any of you? For me it happened. I was disobeying my parents. My parents told me, don't go to the temple. And I was going to the temple on Sunday. I was underage, so I was supposed to obey my parents, but I was telling them a white lie. I will tell them, I'm going to the group. We used to have a group of friends who will meet to study parapsychology and UFOs. So I told my parents, I'm going to the group. And very softly in my mind, I was saying, to the group of devotees. So I was thinking, I'm not lying, I'm fine, but I was cheating them. But that type of transcendental cheating is accepted by the Acharya. Normally we should fulfill our responsibilities in this world while we perform the process of devotional service in a very responsible way and in a very balanced way. Anyone likes to share their story of what they were doing on the account of attraction for devotional service in the beginning? They send you home? Thank you for sharing that. So in the beginning we do these wild things because we feel attracted to devotional service. So the attraction makes us behave in things that now we look back and we may even reflect about ourselves. We were quite extreme, isn't it? I'm sure you have more stories. Any other wild story, or not so wild, but that shares the principle of attraction to Krishna? Everyone behaved very nicely? Or too bad, as you say. I don't want to say that. Like one devotee was telling me, he was regretting he was too extreme to the point that for years didn't want to visit his parents. And he thought that was too extreme. And that devotee was feeling like that now. I shouldn't have acted in such an extreme way. So sometimes, of course, we may be imitating great personalities like Raghunath Das, who are naturally attracted and who remain in such a transcendental position. And then when we mature, then we become more balanced. But the main point here is that the happiness of pure devotional service is so attractive that even wealthy people and very well-to-do people like Raghunath Das can abandon it as if it was a stool. Also, we find the same statement about Bharata Maharaj. Bharata Maharaj was the world emperor, and he gave up everything for the service of the Lord in a very natural way. So, for him it was very natural to give up. As if the Bhagavatam says, as it was untouchable stool. Like when we answer the calls of nature, nobody complains, what a big loss. Everybody feels very relief. So when we give up material attachments, unnecessary material things, or we surrender them to the Lord, we don't feel a loss. We feel happy. What a relief that I gave this to Krishna. If we have many material things, we don't know what to do with them, we are suffering, give them to Krishna. Just give them to Krishna and you will feel relief. Of course, this should be done in a sincere and real way. Otherwise, it may happen like in the case of a follower of Gandhi. Srila Prabhupada gave this example, that one follower of Gandhi was giving his money to Gandhi for his independentist mission. We have in Spain big conflict now between Catalonia and Spain. Here you have the Flanders, but it's not as heavy as in Catalonia. They're fighting for independence. So Gandhi was fighting for independence of India from the colonial rule of the British. So this man was giving the money to Gandhi, and Gandhi told him, I don't want your money, I want you. So the man decided to fully surrender to Gandhi and to go with him and to abandon his businesses. But because it was artificial, shortly after, he got very ill and died. He couldn't live in this way. So when we surrender everything to Krishna, it should be real. Otherwise, we won't be able to survive. Srila Prabhupada was giving that example. So it's important that we develop gradually by association with devotees and practicing the processes of devotional service, and aspire for the pure devotional service of personalities like Raghunath Das Goswami, following in their footsteps, not imitating, but following in their footsteps, and deciding to one day come to that level of love and attraction for Krishna and for Krishna's service, that he couldn't live without him and without the service to him. In this case was Krishna as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can reflect on this situation. And regarding Hiranya and Govardhan Majumdar, they were devotees, but they were, this you will read next Sunday, they were Kanishtadikaris, materialistic devotees. And therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says they are in the stool. He was joking because he wanted them to come up to a higher level of devotion, to the spiritual platform. And Srila Prabhupada also will encourage all of us to move from the neophyte condition in which we see with material eyes life to a transcendental platform, at least to the Madhyamadikari. Madhyamadikari sees with the spiritual eyes, sees from the point of view of the soul, so that gradually we can come up to the position of Uttamadikari, when we see Krishna everywhere and in everyone and every circumstance that happens to us. Thank you very much. It's time to stop. Can we take one or two questions? It's 9 o'clock. Okay. So we have 15 minutes for comments and questions. Yes, for example, about the Vrindavan Sat Goswami, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Shri Srinivasacharya sang Sankhya Purva Kanama Gananatibi Kalavasani Krito, that the Goswamis, even though they were self-realized, they were counting the number of their sadhana. They were measuring their sadhana. They were chanting every day an amount of holy names of the Lord. Or like we will, I think it comes later in this very same chapter, later on when Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed from this world in his manifested Leela, Raghunath Das Goswami went to live to Vrindavan, and his devotional service was very intense. He will chant 100,000 names of the Lord, that is 64 rounds a day, daily. He will offer 1,000 Dandavat Pranams, offering prostrated obeisances to the Lord, and 2,000 Dandavat Pranams to Vaishnavas. To every devotee he will see, will offer obeisances to that devotee, many times embracing the devotees. And he will recite 3 hours the glories of the Lord, about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or the Srimad Bhagavatam. Practically speaking, he had very little time for eating and sleeping. So following in the footsteps means we count our sadhana. We are disciplined as they were doing. but we cannot imitate. If we try to do these things, we won't be able to do it. Like in Barcelona we had, when His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami was a brahmachari, his name was Shyam Das. He was distributing books in Barcelona. The library party came to Barcelona to distribute books in Europe in the universities, sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. And he will rise very early in the morning at 2:30. He will eat only one meal a day, and will one meal a day and one glass of milk. So there was one new devotee who tried to imitate him. So for 1 week he was rising 2:30 in the morning together with, at the time, Ghanashyam Prabhu, and he was eating one time a day and one glass of milk. But after 1 week, the new Bhakta was sleeping all the time, eating whatever he didn't eat for that week or two, was eating multiplied by 4. So when we imitate, we go to the other extreme. We become like the pendulum. We're in one extreme, and then we start doing crazy things to the other extreme. So we shouldn't do like that. We should follow. Following the footsteps means, in this case, we count our sadhana, but according to our capacity, what is natural for us, what we're able to do. And Srila Prabhupada said, in our movement, we ask devotees to chant a minimum of 16 rounds daily, and attend the temple program, attending Mangalartik and Srimad Bhagavatam class, following the 4 rules, abstaining from meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, and gambling, like that. So we follow this, which is something which is not generally not too difficult, something that is feasible for us. So, and as His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj said, Srila Prabhupada told him at the time of initiation, you follow these things to the best of your ability. That's a very good statement. Doesn't mean I take it lightly, but it means you do your best. And if in the early stages, when still we have not matured, we need to make some mistake and learn from the mistake, we may do that, but then we rectify and we stand up and continue and improve ourselves. That's the process. We, like Srila Prabhupada sometimes stated, failure is the pillar of success. So failure becomes the pillar of success because we learn from our own mistakes. Of course, we shouldn't consciously make mistakes, but if by accident we make a mistake, then we should rectify and improve ourselves. This is the process. Okay, good point, yes, good. Yes, so sometimes in the Christian tradition, in the mystic Christian tradition, the Saint John of the Cross will talk about the dark night of the soul. So it's a fact that also devotees sometimes experience that period, the dark night of the soul. Yeah, well, it's one night after the other. No? Recently, one devotee in some place was sharing with me about what he was going through. A devotee who has been practicing Krishna consciousness more than 30 years and following very dutifully everything. He was saying, I'm not transgressing, but suddenly I'm feeling so empty, and I don't feel I have a relationship with Krishna. Like, he was sharing in a very personal way. Of course, I won't say the names. I'm just sharing the principle, which may be useful to any of us. So yes, these things sometimes happen, and Krishna may hide from our vision to stimulate our attraction for him. Sometimes, or he may want, as you said, he may want to curb our pride. We may think we are great devotees because we have been practicing Krishna consciousness such and such amount of time. But then the Lord disappears from our heart, and we may even develop big doubts, attraction for material life again, which we thought we were beyond that, and we realize I'm not beyond that. So Krishna in this way is humbling us so that we develop the proper attitude to approach him. Because Radhadesh Goswami, he was actually such a humble Vaishnava. He was offering obeisances to each and every Vaishnava he will meet in his day. 2,000 Vaishnavas per day, offering obeisances. Sometimes when we offer obeisances a few times, we just touch the floor, right? But he was offering full dandavats to each and every devotee he will meet, without differentiating he is greater, he is more advanced, he is less advanced. He was saying all of them are Vaishnavas, I serve them, I surrender unto them. So sometimes because we don't have such an attitude, the Lord may put some flame, some fire, so that we start boiling and then get purified. Whatever needs to be purified, it's cleansed. Like when we make ghee, also the fire brings up the impurity. Or when the water, for example in the summer, is not very secure to drink the water of the well, we boil it so that whatever germs, whatever impurities are purified. So the Lord sometimes will put some fire, so we get purified in this way. Is that okay? Srila Prabhupada says it can take one moment, it can take many lifetimes. It's up to us. What's our attitude? It can take one moment, we just surrender. We surrender now. Or it can take many lifetimes if we chant the holy name with offenses and we don't make any intention to rectify ourselves. We need to rectify ourselves. Otherwise, it won't happen. So first it means to acknowledge our predicament, what's our condition in this material world, and therefore sometimes these heavy metaphors are used so that we wake up. Like the Lord is saying, joking, but they are your family members, they are like worms in the stool. So to help us to wake up. They were devotees. They were having programs at their homes, sometimes inviting devotees. But because they were attached to material enjoyment, the Lord still reprimand them or use them as an example of something that needs to be rectified. So that when we listen this, we also want to rectify ourselves. Good, very good point. Yes, first Narada Muni saw the Lord within the heart very clearly, and he was tasting the nectar of being with the Lord. But then when the Lord disappeared, he was searching again and again for the Lord, and then the Lord spoke to him, in this lifetime you will not see me. And I'm doing this to increase your desire to attain me. And those who are not pure in heart cannot see me. So I'm doing this, disappearing, so that your desire to come with me increases. So many times the Lord does that. Any last question or comment? Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nittai Gaur Premanande. Okay, good. Yeah, tomorrow is Ekadashi, it's a good day. It's good. For boy. So at 2 o'clock, okay? Okay, that's good time. He told me already where you are at the end of the corridor, so I think I'll find you. Hare Krishna, thank you. You are happy here?
Also purification sometimes, because you are from purification.